So today's gonna be a little bit different messaging. And normally Tuesday I talk about marketing. So this is gonna go with marketing, but we're gonna really touch in a leadership topic. We'll continue this message tomorrow and on Thursday and go a little more deep dive. If you have pen and paper, I'm gonna do some questions with you guys today that's really designed for you. If you can do it now, great. Really kind of spawn some thinking about just you as a leader in your company. Now, if you're the employee of the company, the first person you got to lead is yourself. Okay. So leadership is, I've been saying this for a while now, but leadership and sales are the skill sets that if you could learn how to be a better leader and better use influence, which is selling, you could pretty much accomplish anything in life you want. Right. And I think too many times we hear the word sell and we think of money, or we hear leadership and we just think of title. And those are just like probably surface level at best. Selling is the ability to take influence and convert something energy, right? You built up an energy on the classroom floor. How do you convert that for the kid to earn his black belt? That's a sell. That's a transaction. That's not money, but you got to convince that kid to stay long enough to get there. All right. Leadership is the true ability to not be triggered and to use the ability to have conflict resolution. Sometimes you're the one causing the trigger to force people to kind of, square up so you can see where you need to help guide them. And so today we're going to go a little through the why and tie this into marketing and leadership within your business. So right now it says why you were born to build. Why were you born to build? I've been hearing a lot of you guys on your one-on-one calls talk about you're struggling with time management or how to get so much done, or these are kind of a common themes and this is kind of where I'm taking the call today. So how do we shift from being a worker bee? Anybody ever feel like the worker bee in your own business? How do we shift from being a worker bee to being an empire builder? And when I think about those terms, I remember taking a class one time. It was a couple of days, a workshop I was at, and I've read this before. Of course, history shows us this, but the only way to destroy an empire typically is from within. And from within, we think of people, but a lot of times it's here. The within is here. And so if we want to build an empire, we got to start with leading ourselves first, then our small group, our power base, and then we can go further out. But most of the time, we kind of try to go the other way. We already want to be at scale. And the reason why we end up being a worker bee is we're trying to spin every single plate there is. We're trying in the martial arts school, we're selling people, we're teaching people, we're marketing, we're janitor, we're training a staff, we're training a student, we're worried about the writing a curriculum, we're worried about ordering product. We're just doing so many things that we just end up being a worker bee. And so kind of I'm gonna say my intent today is to help us with clarity, figure out and call up our limiting patterns that we have and activate inside all of us here bold leadership. And if you're gonna have a business, most of you guys have a business and you want it to be profitable, most of us are working on that now, then you're gonna have people. You got to lead yourself so people want to be led by you. All right. And if you don't have people, it is going to be a limiting opportunity for you. And so, why do we not have people? We say we can't afford them. Why can't we afford them? We don't have enough success. We solve that with just being a better leader. Okay. So, here we go. You didn't come here today for me to go through how to plan your day, how to time block. That's a little white belt, yellow belt level stuff. Okay. Basically, you're here right now today. I'm giving you permission. I'm going to sign your permission slip. If you remember back in the day from your school, is your goal is to build a legacy. Your goal is to build a legacy. All of us here, you can see the white. We're all getting older. We want to build something that lasts. The goal is not to build a company that falls apart when you fall apart. Okay, some of you guys are not going to fall apart. I know Ray's in great shape for his age. Okay, John's still a beast. Some of us, though, at some point, you're going to want to transition to a different season in life. You might still want to teach, but maybe not 6 days a week. You might want to do it because you want to, not because you have to. So we want to talk about building a legacy. So today really is about, guys, today, not theory. We're going to talk about the mirror. Starts with us. Okay. And I don't want this to be a passive training. I want this to be practice. So I want you guys to be involved. When I ask questions, if you don't feel comfortable sharing your answer today and you come to it later, share it with us later. I best learn when I teach myself. I said this yesterday in the call. The video I sent you guys on Sunday night, I watched it 4 times because I'm reteaching myself. Okay. So I sent to some of you guys this morning. If you don't define the standard, the world will define it for you. I'm going to say that again. If you don't define your standard or the standards that you have, the world will define it for you. So in your company, what is the world? The world's your students, your parents, and your staff. If you don't have a standard, They're going to define it for you. And that's why you're always pissed off or angry, or you're always having to firefight. Anybody ever been a firefighter with your employees? You're putting out that person, and sometimes it's the personal problems. Well, it's because you didn't have a standard of what's accepted in your company. You had ideas, goals, and targets, not standards. So the goal is not to maintain or survive. The goal is to multiply. And so you got to draw a line in the sand. The only way to protect your company is to grow your company. Guys, if you've been running a martial arts school for 10 years and you're still the employee, you haven't grown. You've survived. This is why you become disengaged. This is why you become distracted. This is why you sometimes become really motivated and then lose it because you're not driven. You're looking for motivation. Think about your students. It's no different. Okay. So let's go through some breakdowns real quick. Worker mindset. You're caught into the day-to-day of operations. You're solving problems reactively. A parent comes up with a problem, you're solving it. A staff member comes up to you with a problem, you're solving it. You're trading time for money. You're there teaching classes in order to get a check. You're there training your team in order to get, hopefully they get a check for you. Okay. You're always trading time for money. You haven't figured out how to scale time. Seeking comfort. You're just trying to get through the month. You just want to make sure your bills are paid. You just want to get to the next day, the next month. And then you're always asking, hey, what's next? Even some of you guys are asking me questions. You're like, all right, got that figured out. What do I do next? Now, that's the worker mindset. That's the one that you're just constantly in this rat race of life. It's frustrating. I've done it plenty of times myself. It makes you want to give up. Has anybody, let's be real, has anybody ever thought about throwing in the towel and just going to work at Chick-fil-A or go work at Buc-ee's because they're paying $180,000, right? Ray, put two hands up, okay? If you have a Buc-ee's, they pay $180K a year to manage their car wash. Okay, it sounds like a great idea. Okay. But I'm a person that I have faith and I believe in God. All right. I listened to a podcast today about maybe we became God with AI in the future, and it just blew my mind. It scared the heck out of me. I don't even want to think about it anymore. With that being said, though, it's like if I have this belief that's really inside of me, you know, I know my purpose is bigger than running a car wash. So money's not everything, right? Money's a tool. It's meant to be used. Now that's the worker mindset. Let's look to the empire builder, the legacy builder. I believe most black belts, that's really what we want. If you own a business, what you want. You want something you could pass on to maybe your kids, maybe the world, whatever it is. I'm working right now on my legacy play financially, and I don't want to give my money to my kids. I want to give it to the world. I want to give my kids skills so they can repeat. Empire mindset. Instead of caught in the day-to-day, you're focused on vision and scale. 3 people build a business. If you're the CEO, you're the top, you are vision. You're all day long should be vision casting, selling the dream, building the team. You can't do that when you have to walk in and run your business by doing the tasks that you could train someone to do. And if you haven't figured that out, there's a reason why you're stagnant. And we know things don't stay stagnant, they actually are dying. So empire builder, focus on vision and scale every day. No days off on that. Your brain should be thinking about next, better, bolder, stronger. Design systems proactively. You see the seasons, you see the trends, you can pull back. See, guys, when you look at a problem right here, it's everything. You got to solve that parent's problem. But that's one school, right? You pull back, you got 10 schools, you see problems differently. You pull back, you got 100 schools, you see it differently. You pull back even further. Guys, if you're looking at Earth and you're on the moon, it looks probably pretty big. You pull back and go back galaxies, you can't even see Earth. Problems will get a lot smaller when you pull back. So you think about things proactively. All right. You build value beyond time. You're not just trading time for money. You're building something bigger than just a class at a time, a private lesson at a time, a belt test at a time. Instead of comfort, you're looking for responsibility. You're looking for more weight on your shoulders. Remember, we're talking about building a legacy. You have to be a stronger leader. Instead of asking, what do I do next? You ask, what does this business need? How do I become what it needs to get it to scale and grow? So if you're still, my owner's on here. What's up, boss? How you doing? If you're still closing all the deals in your business. Now, if you just started your business last week, okay, you're building. You're not there yet. But if you've been doing this for 5 years and you're still the guy doing everything, that might be an issue. If you're still micromanaging everybody because you have to have control, black belts have the smallest little fragile ego typically in the world. If you got to have control, you can't let go, you're not gonna be able to grow. And if this is the case, typically the only thing you end up scaling, guys, in your business is chaos. You only end up scaling chaos. It reminds me of a conversation I was just having. Okay. It's kind of weird how this wrote down with what our conversation was. So most school owners are the best employee in their own business. I'm gonna say that again. Most school owners are the best employee in your own business. How many of you guys right now, let's be honest, you're the best employee. Maybe you're the only employee. Come on now. Don't you think you're built for more than that? Because let's think about this, guys. For you guys who are really long-term martial artists, this is my 42nd year in martial arts. I know I look super young. I'm sexy. All right. Me and Ray trying to be on the cover of GQ in the future. Maybe Matt one day if he gets there. Okay. 42 years of doing this, guys. Do you know how many versions of myself I've transformed into and watched and seen? You know how much history and knowledge I have? I can't even give it away fast enough. I heard my dad joke one time about he's forgotten more stuff about teaching than I even know. And I'm saying that myself now to people. I'm like, man, I became my dad. Anybody ever feel that? You forgot. You might see a drill that an instructor's doing, and that instructor is like, man, this is the coolest new drill ever. And you're like, I did that in 1984. Right? Anybody ever seen that before? Then why are you still the one person in your school doing everything? Because you have so much knowledge. Think about this. Collectively on this call right now, 300 years of martial arts experience, 500 years of martial arts, it's crazy. If I've got 42, Ray's been doing it probably for close to that, maybe. I don't know, somewhere in there. John's been doing it for a while. Matt's been doing it for a while. David, I mean, how many years experience? We put all this together, maybe 3, 4, 500 years. And then now you go to a school and there's somebody who's only been training for 3 years and they're the head teacher. You guys are meant for bigger, right? You guys are legacy builders. So here's some mantras that I wrote down for myself. And I'm just sharing them with you guys, right? Because I really believe I've been built to lead at a bigger level than I can even dream. So here's some mantras that I've written down for myself that I'm sharing with you guys. My students and my staff will never outgrow my leadership. I don't manage classes, I design futures. I'm not here to sell martial arts, I'm here to sell belief. Discipline builds legacy. Belief builds movements. What's up, Keith? And if I don't own the vision, someone else will own the results. What's up, boss? If I don't own the vision, someone else will own the results. And we don't just teach, we transform. So I'm going to say those again. I just want to see if one of them, kind of hits you. Okay. My students and my staff will never outgrow my leadership. What does that mean for me? I have to constantly go become better. This weekend, guys, I'm spending 2 days with my mentor. I'll be in Arizona Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and Tuesday, actually. So I'll be there 4 days. Getting coached myself. Okay. I was texting with him last night and just we were literally talking about our faith and fatherhood last night. That's been our conversation for 6 months now. Okay. So my students and my staff will never outgrow my leadership. I don't manage classes. I design futures. I came up with this one because I'm a football. I love watching football. And I hear people talk about the quarterbacks, and they have quarterbacks. They say their job is to be game managers. I was like, I don't want to be no damn game manager. I want to be Tom Brady if I'm the quarterback, right? So like, I don't want to manage a class. I want to design people's futures. I want to be part of their story forever. That's legacy. I'm not here to sell martial arts classes. I'm here to sell belief. Belief in that kid that he can be more. Belief in the parent that they've got the right environment for the kid to be in. I sell belief. Discipline is the separator. It builds legacy, and belief builds movements. Think about any movement you've ever been part of. I'm a Christian. That's a movement. It's belief. I can't prove to you guys God's real. It's my heart. It's my mind. It's my body. It's my soul. It's what I believe. I can't prove it to you. I wish I could. Belief can build a movement, and discipline builds legacy. If I don't own the vision, someone else will own the result. And we don't just teach martial arts, we transform. We're in the transformation business. So I'm asking you guys if one of those hits you in the gut, all right? And if one of them did, Here's what I'm going to ask is that I would like you to live it out loud this week. Just intentionally. Think about it every day. Write it down every day. Brainwash yourself on a positive level. There's enough negative news in the world. So imagine it's 12 months from now. Your team, not you, could run classes for your business. Your one school, your two schools, your three schools. Tara here is going to have three schools. Matt's goal is to have 10. Lakin's goal is to have 5 or 6. It's 12 months from today, and your team runs classes with confidence. Your enrollment grows without you having to pitch every single parent and student. You have a brand in your city and an empire in the background. Let that just kind of linger how that feels. 12 months from today, that could be your reality. I had one school and I stood in front of my peers and I says, before I'm 40, I'm going to own 10 schools. And 18 months later, I had 11. In 18 months, I went from 1 to 11. Because when you claim it to the universe and you're intentional, the world brings things to you. So I'm going to ask this question again. I'm going to let your brain think about it. Okay. I'm Matt Boyer. I tell people I'm going to have 10 schools. Well, that's not going to happen by sitting on the sidelines. So 12 months from now, he has a team that runs class with confidence. Location 2 is opening. Location 3 already is under lease. Enrollment is growing without him having to pitch a single person because he's building a team, a legacy, not just a high-paying job for himself. He has a brand in his city and in surrounding cities with an empire in the background. Every single person on this call, maybe you only want one school, but you either grow or die, and that one school has to be able to operate without you having to be everything to everybody. Otherwise, you just have a J-O-B. If that's the case, let me own your school. Let me run it. You can be my employee or go get a job at Buc-ee's. They pay great. You were meant for more. So here's some prompts that I love to journal. I love self-reflection. It's how I teach myself. Who better to teach me than who knows me best than me? All right. So here's some prompts that I'm journaling for myself that I'm sharing with you guys. Where in your school today are you still the worker bee? Where in your school right now are you the worker bee? What would it look like to fully step into your visionary role? So you guys, listen, I have this dream that I'm turning into a reality right now of 10,000 kids. I say kids, it could be adults too. 10,000 kids earning their black belt at one time under one roof to broadcast to the world about how martial arts is hard. And when you do hard things, the dopamine of pride and joy, the confidence that comes over that builds a blueprint for success in life. Guys, when I earned my black belt, I was 12 years old. I started training when I was 2. My instructor didn't let you test unless you were training for a certain period of time. He was kind of an asshole, let's be honest, okay? It was my father, but just to clarify, but he was a hard teacher, okay? And they tried to fail me. This is back in the day when people failed black belt tests. 2 people that day failed. They flew in 17 people to be on the board because I was the youngest person to take this test at the time. They were trying to say, hey, you have to be 16 to test. That's already lowering the standards. We can't let a 12-year-old test. It's going to change the game. Nowadays, it's like 8-year-olds are getting black belts, you know? But I know I learned a blueprint for success because you know how many kids give up when things get hard that quick? They don't stick to things for a year or 2, much less 10. I learned a blueprint for success. We can shine a spotlight on the world showing that martial arts, these kids earning their black belt, all different disciplines, all different organizations, all different styles under one roof. We can show that doing hard things creates true joy. That growth equals happiness. When you're growing, you have a joy that you want to share with the world. Think about when you read a book and you're excited about sharing it with people. You saw a movie. You went something, experienced great. You went and traveled. You see the Rocky Mountains for the first time or the 10th time. It doesn't matter. They're beautiful. Okay. So what would it look like to be truly in your visionary role? What is that? Well, for me to get 10,000 kids under one roof, I cannot be teaching classes somewhere every single day. Doesn't mean I won't do it. It's got to lead to my purpose. I love teaching. I can't wait to teach. I just have to teach at a bigger level. What do you need to become? Excuse me, I'm going to ask this again. What do you need to become in order to lead your team to the next level? Or who do you need to become? Or what skills do you need to acquire? Because there's skills you don't have. Maybe you run from conflict. Maybe you're scared of money. Maybe you're scared of asking for the sale. Maybe you're scared of change or evolution, whatever it is, because it's just hard. Who do you need to become or what do you need to acquire? And then what kind of leader do you wish you had when you started this? And how do you be that person right now? Okay. So you don't have to answer this for right now, but I want you to think about answering this for your future school, for your future business, for your future students that aren't even there. You never build a business. You guys should write this one down. You never build a business for the people in your building today. You never build a business for the students you have today. You build it for the ones you don't even have. You build it for the future. Because if you build it for today, they're going to have a small think. They want to keep you to themselves. They don't want you to grow. Just like my mom and dad, Aaron, why you try so hard? Why you got to risk it all? Why do you got, they're trying to do this. Even almost at 70 years old, my parents are still trying to hold me tight. What they should do is, Aaron, hey, go give to the world. You guys are parents. I do this with my daughter. Jackson, I'm like, go break an arm, go do it. Not really. Okay. But go out there. What are you doing? Wipe a sweat off. Get out there. My daughter, she bumps her head. I'm like, whoosh, I swoop in there. She's a girl. Dad's supposed to protect their baby girls. But in reality is, I need to create a safe environment so she can go as reckless as possible and she'll be okay. I don't want to teach her to have fear. She stepped in ant bed when she was 2 years old. 50, 60 ants bit her. She sees one ant right now. She's almost should be 12 next month. She sees one ant. Anxiety and panic like I've never seen anybody. Pain and fear taught her a lesson that unfortunately robbed her of some joy because the ant's only this big. Yesterday, people came and sprayed my house for scorpions. I didn't know scorpions come in your house, but apparently in Vegas, scorpions come and invade your house. And the guy's telling me how big they get and how small they get. He says, you got to get a black light and check your house for scorpions. I'm like, where? I'm moving. Give me back to the South. Okay. I got a black light in my house for scorpions. What the hell? He's putting fear in me. It works as a motivator. Fear is a bigger motivator than opportunity. You should use fear as a motivator in a healthy way. God uses fear on us as a motivator to keep us doing the right things. Don't abuse that power. Okay. All right. I'm going to finish with this and I'll give you guys time to ask questions. And I've stayed right on time today. I'm happy. I talked as slow as I've talked all week too. It's probably because I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. All right. There's less oxygen up here is what I've been told. Okay, here we go. 3 non-negotiables for this week. And I'm asking you guys to honor this right now. 3 non-negotiables. I would love you to share by text, email. Just so you know, guys, owners on the call, Miss Sarah here is going to create a WhatsApp group with me and you and her, not your staff. We're going to have a WhatsApp group just so we can go through some business stuff together. That's going to happen probably today or tomorrow. And you can share it in that group if you want to. It'll be a way for me to kind of save our information to document as we put into our CRM. I'm asking you guys to share this with me and have this non-negotiable. Eliminate one worker level task this week and delegate to someone else. Eliminate one task that you're doing that you know you can give away, you can let go. Next, I'm giving you 3 things to do this week. You got homework. Schedule a 30-minute CEO meeting with yourself. Put your phone away. Don't bring it in the room with you. Take pen, take a notebook, sit with yourself, no distractions, and have a meeting. Okay? As the CEO, what is the vision? Where are you going? What is the story you're developing? And the third thing I'm asking you guys to write as a non-negotiable is rewrite your job description, not as a manager, but as the visionary. If you're the CEO, rewrite your role of what you're designed to be, why you started this company. And then I got a bonus ask. All right. Whatever your favorite mantra is, you personally have, you can still one of mine if you love it. If you have your own, whatever it is, I would like it to share it with your staff, your team. So owners, share it with your team. Staff that's on the call today, share it with your students. And then I would like everybody to share it publicly. So I posted one today on my Instagram, my story. All right. I've got another one. I'm gonna go ahead and share another one with you today that I'm gonna post later today. But I would like you to share it with your team. How many of you guys got a text from me today? I didn't send it to everybody yet, but I sent a little graphic today. All right. So, and I posted that on my story. So whichever one that resonates with you, it could be one of mine, it could be your own. Share it with your staff, share it with your family. Okay. and then share it with the world. If you're a staff member on the call, share it with your students, share it with the world. I'm going to give you another one right now. Legacy does not respond to feelings. A virtual mentor of mine constantly posts, I'll see you, Sid. Good to see you, man. A virtual mentor of mine constantly posts, she puts on there all the time. She says, fuck your feelings, right? Fuck your mood, right? Like, don't let your feelings, don't let your emotion dictate your decision making. Legacy doesn't respond to feelings. Legacy responds to actions. You want a better legacy? Take action, right? You want that trip, but you don't have a passport. You can't book the trip. You're not prepared for success. You gotta be on alert, ready to go at all times. How many of you guys have a passport ready to go? If you want to go to Germany this year, November, first weekend in November, we're doing a Rise event in Germany. We'll announce that later, probably in a couple weeks here. Got to have a passport to go, so make sure you have that. All right. So here we go. Pick one mantra, make it visible, put it on your mirror, your wallpaper, your whiteboard, forehead, wherever you want to. I would like you to take a picture wherever you put this and tag me on social media. Okay. Tag my Instagram, tag my Facebook. Take a picture of it wherever you post it, whatever it is, your whiteboard, your blackboard, your mirrors. You put it on your forehead because you want to remind yourself or remind other people. Okay. I want to see that. Tag me on it. And then last, guys, you're not here to survive your business. You're not here to be just a worker bee forever. You're here to build. You're a builder. The CEO of a company is a builder, vision cast, building the future. So you have to go build something worth leading every single day. The only way to be a better leader is you work on that every day. The best train the most. You need to train on leadership every single day. Okay. And then yesterday, guys, we did the 777 offer. I'd like some results. If you got some traction, no traction, give me some feedback on how that went. And then we have 3 people that did our 777 mastermind, which means you have 4 spots. It starts Friday with me and Nick D. If you're interested in that, send me a text. It's 7 weeks. It's a mini course, 7 people in a private group, and it's going to finish with an in-person small group mastermind with those 7 people. Okay, so if you're interested in that. All right, let's do some Q&A. Thanks for your time and attention today. You got one yesterday for the 777? Sweet. Did you close it? Good. Like it. Questions, challenges, concerns?